Boom.
Woo!
Yay! Yay!
I've been so excited for this event and doing things a little bit different. So let's just get right into it. Who is this for? This is for the Quantum Impact Coach. What is the Quantum Impact Coach? The Quantum Impact Coach is those who've known deep inside from a very young age that you were here for more. Where society has told you that you're crazy and you don't fit in, we're here to tell you today that that has been the whole point. This is your purpose, right? And with each client that you serve, you're honored that you get to be the much needed light in the world. Quantum impact and evolution is inevitable for us. That's why we're coaches. It's why we're entrepreneurs. It's why making an impact is what we truly live for. It's why we defy logic and refuse mediocrity. And we believe that energetics and alignment create the groundwork through which we run our business and create our strategies and change the world. Because when you're aligned with your gifts, you show up authentic, self-expressed, and in your power. So get on the edge of your seat, get ready to be unleashed into your purpose so you can build the wealth and abundance and make the contribution that you were here for. We believe that coaches are the driving force of transformation in the world, and we always will be. We are the quantum impact that this world so desperately needs. Now, if that just rang for you, then you're in the right spot today. Our intention for today is that you leave this event, I wouldn't even call it necessarily a training, but you leave this event empowered, that you leave in this event clear and unstoppable for what it is that you're up to in the world. And I want to thank all of you guys for what it is that you're truly up to in the world, because I know that it makes a difference with people. And it's when we can come together collectively that's when we're really going to make a difference. And we got to clean and clear all of the crap that we got within ourselves, because let's keep it real, we all got it. At every level, more stuff comes, and then the next level comes. And the difference between us and like just a typical entrepreneur is that we're willing to go through the work. And we're willing to do what it takes within us so that we can create this clear space for our clients and that we can really show up in the world. So with that, I don't know where that came from.
No, that was awesome.
Not in the notes.
Totally cool. So I'm just curious, drop in the chat what you do, like what impact are you here to make in the world, and are you making in the world? Who are your clients? What are the results that you get? Let us know just what you're here on this planet for. We do care, right? We want to know what you're into, what you're up to, and what the impact you're here to make is. So let us know in the chat. If you're watching this live, there's a chat.
Hey, Brittany. Hey, Brian.
If you're watching this on the even live in the group, there's also a comment section.
And if you're in the group and you're like, how do I get to Zoom? Can they get like, is there a way to register and come join us on Zoom? There's just something powerful when we're all together in a collective, you know?
Exactly. This is going to be very powerful because we're going to be doing some serious work here. And so it is, as a collective, it's very, very, very powerful. So who's excited to get the crap out of the way? Awesome. All right.
So holistic impact coach, mind, body, soul. Trauma release, love it. Hi everyone, holistic nurse, coach, educator, emotional retrieval and discovery coach. Thank you for what it is that you do. Serving front line, oh, it's going so fast. Intuitive healer, transformational coach, ADHD coach in the house, squirrel, what? Just kidding, goof off. The blind spots. Hi Maddie, great to see you here. So we are rocking on a full Zoom house filled with transformational healers and powerful people in the world. This is absolutely amazing. So some expectations today, how this is going to work. We're going to go for about an hour, maybe a little bit over. Our intention is not to go too over. We really do honor you and your time for being here. You got something?
Oh, I just got to get asked on co-host. I think I gave you co-host already, but
Got it. Can you just go over
I
there?
guess I can click on his name if that works.
There it
We
is.
found him.
Found you. Cool.
All right.
There you go. So we're going to be here for today about an hour. Make sure, if you have a pen and paper. I would also say, if you're a note taker, go ahead and take notes. This is also experiential thing. If you have water is a great thing to hydrate. We're bringing this, doing some body work today, working within our conscious or subconscious, our nervous system. So want to make sure that you are hydrated through it. Awesome. Badass dads in business. I love that. Great to see you here too, Jeff.
Yes. And
All
we
right.
get to make ourselves the people.
Here we go. Not where we go.
Yes, there we
There
go.
we go. Here we go.
So,
All right. So who's this for? Well, in the beginning, if that resonated with you, again, you're in the right spot. This is for you. This is for the impact-driven coach, the one who's here to make a difference in the world, who feels like this is like a calling. Like you do this because what else would you do in your life? Like it's like embedded in your DNA to go out there and coach. And it's like, this is what you've always done. And maybe that's not what it was called before, but your heart is to really make a contribution with people, to raise the consciousness of the collective. Really, that's what we're doing here together and what you're doing in the work that you do in the world with your clients.
yes. All right. So
Who is this not for?
who is this not for? This is not for people that are just wanting to make a quick buck, right? So if you're just here to make money and you don't care about the impact that you're making with people, then that's not who this is for. You're not a stand. It's like there's a difference between being a stand for people's results and being compensated for it, and actually and then their impact and really holding accountability and making that difference with people than just trying to get a quick buck. And I'm just curious, like, who here wants to make money and an impact?
We can have it all.
Yes, we can have it all. Let's do both.
Let's do both. Let's do both. Yes.
All right.
All right. So why should you listen to us? So typically this is where we've gone in and we've told our typical marketing story on all of the millions, not all of the millions, the $1 million in sales that we've done. How I used to be a vice president in a marketing company way back in the day, and I hurt myself and I ended up starting my business online in a hospital bed. The part of the story that I don't tell very often, and I don't know why, it's just whatever, it's okay. We're all evolving and growing. But the part that I haven't shared a lot of is on the side, while I was a marketing vice president, I was also ordained in deliverance and healing. And I had an entire deliverance and healing ministry where I would go into hospitals, into homes. I would do clearing work, healing work. I ran a woman's home as well.
I want to acknowledge that our people that cut the grass are here, and so Holly needs to like up it, like
I'm doing my best.
the volume level, like 5 things, so we can get over that. Okay, cool.
So I ran a woman's home with a friend of mine where we helped women get out of abusive situations and start rebuilding their life. And that was really my introduction to coaching. Now, at the time, I didn't get what I was really doing, and I didn't get that I could charge for it. And I don't know if any of you guys could relate to this in your story, that you have these gifts and you almost feel bad about charging them because you know that they help people. So at the time, I didn't know how to package this all together within myself. I didn't know that was even a thing. It was just something like, I was here to do this. Like, I don't know how to explain it. This is just what I was here for. And so I did it on the side for free. I even did like 12-hour sessions for donation only. And it's what it is, right? That's part of this process. And as we grow, but what I did is for an income is I worked in marketing, and I learned marketing and I learned systems. And when I started my business, I was able to work, like I attracted all sorts of amazing people, very high level people who taught me how to put all of this stuff together. And I was putting it all together for them. And I was creating programs and systems and funnels for I'm talking like 7-8 figure entrepreneurs. And it just started this path where I just started attracting coaches. Like, I can't explain it. I had a friend who was a health coach, and she was like, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? And so it's just taken a
Yeah,
long
health coaches
journey.
in the house.
Yeah, those are some of
Any
the
health
first
coaches
coaches
in the house?
that I worked with were were health coaches, and putting those together. And then on your side.
Yeah, so for me is I was doing sales, and I run sales offices, and I would coach my salespeople to make sales, and that was cool. But what I really loved about that was seeing the transformation, and seeing the things that were in their way of making the difference with the person, or making the sale, or making the money that they needed to make, just dissipate out of the way. And that was the power of what I love to do. That was amazing.
Yeah, I have some people, the transitioning from doing free to getting paid, it definitely is a journey. Eventually I do want to include, I have created it all for myself as well. And here we are today. So I'm really, really grateful of how we've been able, it's all in the growth process, right? Being able to remove things and move forward, and then remove things and then move forward. Every level, there's a new level and new things to work through. It was all really small. My notes were too small.
Very tiny.
Yeah, I see a breakdown on what we can improve for next time.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about how we kind of got together. So Chad and I, we both had our own successes separately. We came together, kind of got sidetracked from the whole working with coaches and people, and then I find this love. I'm like, oh no, let's do an agency. That's fine. That sounds great. Yeah, agency sounds like a fun time. So we started a marketing agency together, and the marketing agency, it actually took us pretty off path. If I keep it totally real, we worked with everybody from knee pain doctors to chiropractors to construction workers to publicists to coaches. It really took me out of my alignment, and I got very burnt out. I wasn't doing what I was here to do. And I don't have to tell a whole group of transformational coaches that when you are not on your soul path, life doesn't work for you, right? And life certainly stopped working in a pretty big way.
Yeah. And so Holly started having seizures, and some of you have heard the story, but I'll tell it anyways for the people that haven't. Is I came home and she'd been having a seizure for a long time. I don't know how long. And I'm dumping CBD down her throat. I'm giving her mouth to mouth because her breathing becomes really shallow when she's having seizures. And when she came out of it, she looked at me and she said something that my stomach just completely dropped. It was that, who are you? And she didn't know who I was. She didn't know who she was. She didn't know she had kids. She didn't know what our business was. She didn't know any of what we did or where we were, the whole thing. And at that time, it was like a regrowth. It was like rebuilding her from scratch. And in that process, we learned we had to go through, we're not super into regular doctors, right? Actually, when we went to
there's a place for them, and that place is like way over.
No, I'm just kidding. No, so we went to a regular neurologist, and he basically made us both feel crazy and just all kinds of wrong, and that we thought that we were going to even be able to do anything was anything, and we were just basically going to have to live with this and drugs and tests and all this stuff, and we're like, no, that is not the way we want to
roll around here.
And so we started looking to functional neurology and functional medicine. And we discovered two things. One was eye movements to rebuild the strength of your brain.
So behind all of our eyes, we have nerve endings that then connect into our brain. And so when we do different eye movements, we're able to strengthen different parts of our brain. It was one of the ways that I was able to heal from this brain stuff. I know this isn't ideal, and if you bear with me, there was a purpose for it. Thank you. Hi, I was talking to, sorry, we're a little clustered here. I got my laptop here as well for some things today. So these eye movements, when you move your eyes, you can strengthen different parts of your brain. And what happens with eye movements is when you're moving them back and forth, you're actually activating the left and right hemispheres of your brain, which then take the logic and the emotion and start wiring together, where it diffuses the trigger of the trauma and allows you still have the memory, there's just not the response to that memory.
Yeah, so they're saying like EDMR, right? So EDMR that's a rapid eye movement. We actually originally,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the original was actually something called saccades, which is actually a slower eye movement and a focusing technique. But EDMR is powerful, and
it absolutely is very powerful. And true story, not everyone can do EMDR if their nervous system is too shot or if they have other things going on. EMDR is not a solution for them because it's almost too much. It can knock them out. So that was the thing that we had to overcome. But it is very similar technology as EMDR. Same concepts, not quite as fast and intense as EMDR can be. Another thing that we have in our bodies is our body has meridians and energy centers within our bodies. So as we go through and we have all of our experiences in our life, we hold them in our body. And what we can do, I'm sorry, you can't really read.
It's good.
Okay. So what we can do is work within, and what we're going to do today is take a combination of working between some eye movements and some meridian points and releasing the stuff out of our bodies, and then going through a somatic journey at the end of this of rewiring your nervous system and really creating this new way of being. So it's more than just like, we're just going to clear your blind spots and magic wand, everything is going to magically happen within your life. And what we can do is we can take, we've worked with literally hundreds of coaches and taking them through our model. What was created on the business side of all of this, the brain stuff that I had, was our entire model was created. Like, I got to sit down and I got to really see what worked and what didn't work, because when I came out of my seizures, the pons region within my brain had some, like, that's where it affected the most. So that's where our memories are held, right? So I didn't have any memories to go and create stories around. Like, I just got to look at facts. Like, this is here's the numbers, this is the numbers. Okay, well, this is what we need to do. This is what works, what didn't work. It's how our model was created. And then on the back end, we got to learn tools, because as I started healing my brain, my memories did come back. All of my memories came back. Like, all of my memories came back. Like the deep, dark ones that we want to suppress and keep in and not talk about, and all of those things, like things that I didn't even know happened, came up in my healing process. And so we needed to create something. EMDR wasn't a possibility for me.
So I just want to say something about EDMR too. EDMR comes from a place that you need to know the trauma. You bring the trauma to the party, and then they do the rapid eye movements to clear the emotional connection to the trauma. Where this technology, we're also using other modalities that are stacking on top of the eye movements to release it. But we're also coming from the symptom and from the
we're reverse engineering.
It's reverse engineering the block, right? So we're actually going to come from the block side of things instead of from the trauma side of things. So you don't have to relive the trauma.
Yeah.
So sorry, go.
Yeah, no, so that's good. So as these memories came up, we needed to create something that, how do we work through these memories? And that kind of started snowballing in itself. So I'm like looking, I'm like, some of this stuff is like, meh. You know, you ever take notes and then you look at the notes, you're like, meh, let's just go with the flow.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of things that we use this for. So some of the things that that I've used this for is I'd be working our business and we would be going along and I would be putting all this energy into, you know, making things happen and like really like contributing and putting the content out and doing the things. And then we would hit a certain level of success. And then it's like, I wanted to take a nap. It's like, I wouldn't allow myself to keep like pushing for, or like keep going forward. And there's all kinds of things. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the underneath of it is, if I can step into that like moment of like when I'm going to be, if I think of, okay, we have $1 million in the bank and I'm thinking about doing a live on Facebook to promote a thing. And then what comes up for me? There's some sort of resistance. Okay, great. Now we're going to clear it. And that's the powerful thing we're going to be doing today. So who's kind of excited about that?
Some of these, I want to read some of these comments too. Still get triggered. Yeah, we all get triggered, right? I just went, it was actually really crazy. Today is the first day my face hasn't been all swollen, right? I truly believe I've been using this clearing all week, as I know that if your body is going through something, then something is coming up, and just to go head on into it, be in it, clear whatever it is that is there, and then my face is here again, like yay. So it can be really powerful. And I know, you know, so you went through that. And as I started healing from my brain stuff, and I want to share this because it's not just like, not everybody's had brain stuff, thank goodness, right? And thank goodness I can just share this with you so you don't have to have the brain stuff. But as I started healing my memories, a new set of problems started, like the new layer came on. Then I started having self-confidence issues and imposter syndrome. Like, who would ever want to work with someone who had these had these problems? Like, how could I ever pick myself back up again? How could I show up live? My whole appearance even looked different. So it was a challenge. That was the next thing I had to get through, was imposter syndrome and showing up confidently and fully. And that was its own journey. So this modality, we've been using a lot of these like pieces together for years for ourselves. You know, and then also we knew, like, as we started doing this for ourselves, like we knew we had to start putting this stuff in with our clients too, because client after client, you know, I do a lot of alignment work, and it's always the stuff is coming back into your body, releasing this stuff out of your body, rewiring your nervous system, and coming back to who you really are, and like creating from that space. So
Picking up the yard before the lawn person comes is important. All right. So
we started working with our clients.
yes, so we've been working for the last couple of months with our clients. And so if anybody, I know there's a bunch of them here, if you want to come out and unmute and just start talking. And I know that some of you said that you totally down. So anybody that's done this technique that's willing to come out and jump out and chat.
Oh, Brian, I appreciate that. Thank you. Christina, you still have that? Well, let's work on that today. Powerful stuff.
Tanya, yeah. You want to come? You're going on mute.
Hi guys, I was just putting my hand up before I interrupted.
Yeah, no,
so
good.
I've been working with Chad and Holly since late May, I think, somewhere around there. And when I started out, I hadn't really signed any clients. I had, you know, the one-off session for like a couple $100 or something like that, but not for a full package. I was probably at about 400 followers on Facebook. And since then, and applying the principles and doing the energy work, which is a part of what got me into working with Chad and Holly, was it wasn't just, we're just going to deal with business aspects. There was the whole energetics component. It was a full package, and it spoke to me, especially in that, you know, I'm someone that's wanting to create impact, and impact that also generates income. But working with you guys, I've signed 2 clients to a full package. I have went from 400 and some followers to last check, I'm at 5.3 thousand on Facebook. I get people booking calls through my reels. I get people booking calls through my group. I have people booking calls through my profile. Everywhere I look, somebody's booking a call. I have 4 calls scheduled for this week alone from different people that have picked up through those areas. So they're great to work with. I can't say enough. Thank you guys. It's been great.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I love seeing your growth.
Awesome.
Joy said she was here too.
Uh,
Joy, do you want to unmute?
I am unmuted.
Oh, there you are. There you are. There's so many people. Hi.
I know, there's a lot. Yeah. Well, I just signed on for my 2nd year with you guys. So closing out the first, pretty exciting. And hitting my first 6-figure year in my coaching business is pretty exciting. Thank you for all your support. So related to the technique that you're talking about and a lot of the energy clearance that we've done, it's just always so fascinating to me how all of the different parts of our lives connect. And so of course you come and you're like, I need a business strategy. Can you guys help me with the business strategy? And then of course all your personal junk comes up, and then you need some kind of outlet, right? So I've been in other coaching programs where there hasn't been that outlet and hasn't been a way to restructure, reprogram, and release what's trapped. And that's part of what I love about this and the technique that you've been using, because it always amazes me how much shift happens from doing something so simple. Like you think it's supposed to be really hard and you're supposed to work really hard. And yeah, there is part of that. But then like, what if we could just make it easier and then you just work and it's not working hard, you're just working. So yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're incredible. Here's to like next year, 7 figures.
Let's go. All right. We have so many people on here. It's so challenging to keep track. So if anybody else wants to jump out,
Yeah, I don't know, she's here.
yeah, there's Eddie. Eddie, if you're on, and then
Okay,
Paul.
thank you. So for me, also working with Holly and Chad, I was just like phenomenal, like creating interest online. For me, I had so many breakthroughs coming from actually person who hardly had anybody, like from actually being describe as my avatar, talking to me online. Now I've got constantly ladies talking to me. I started sharing truly myself online like I've never been. And actually about the technique we used, I had big blockage, which I discovered. I'm a relationship coach, and I've got big blockage to give the value to love because of the things my mom used to say that, women truly love only children and all of that. And once I use that technique, the lady I'm talking to, they're saying, no, actually, I need to sort out first my relationship, my love life, and then I'm going to look on other area of my life, which was like, wow, the biggest breakthrough actually I created in my business. So thank you very much.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Paul, you want to jump out?
Sure. I go by Coach Paul. I love to engage and guide other people, but my problem was getting my avatar, and that was because I had a block. I came out of the closet in like 94, but I was living in a heteronormal world 100%, and I didn't really realize how much that was kind of holding me back. The universe has been doing things for me for the last few years. I've been got a coaching certification based on positive psychology, helping others. But in terms of really stepping into my ideal client, I had to get that. They helped me with this, unblocking so that I could really be out. So it's like a second coming out, which is weird. But that's the space I'm starting to step into. And as I continue the course and finish it, I'm a little slow on the uptake because I was, it's like, why yet, but I have all the tools and I have all the ability to do make that impact with my clients. And I've been, it's interesting because I've run this by a couple of people. Like I'm now, more comfortable in my skin, which means I can fully have more impact. So anyway, thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
That's huge.
Dude, that's awesome. Congrats.
That's freedom.
Yeah. Congrats, man. Thank you. I haven't seen
That's
it.
freedom.
Awesome.
And that's what's possible.
Let's keep it going. All right. So if I miss anybody else, I apologize.
Yeah.
So
Do you want to get back to
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Unpin us somehow.
all right. So now what we want to do to really take you through all aspects, again, back to my healing, when I sat down through this brain stuff, it's how our entire model was created. So we want to show this model to you. And as we show you this model, if you've seen it before, awesome. If this is new for you, awesome as well. We want to show it, and then we're going to stop at different points and talk about the things that come up. Impact and evolution is inevitable for us, which I will talk about where that came from, but evolution is inevitable for us, which I will talk about one more time.
There we go. All right.
All right, cool.
All right. Can everybody see the whiteboard? Let us know if you can see it.
All right, so we're going to go through this model here real quick, and as we go through it, we're going to talk about the things that very naturally come up for, I want to say like everyone, most people, all the time. All right, so we're going to start going through some of the blind spots of what it's going to take as you create your strategy and stuff online, but then also the things that come up that may be preventing you from being able to fully implement it. So first things first, we're all out really for this life of abundance, right? That's ultimately at the core of this life, being able to have freedom in your life. You can get up when you want, you can work with the clients that you want to, you design your life and create it the way that works for you. You do it in a way that makes a difference and an impact with other people, and you create it in a way where it's not just income, but your profits are, you're actually making profits, right? So in order to do that as a coach, it's going to first take you to be able to attract your people. If you break that down, how do you attract your people? We like to call it impact messaging. When you can create your messaging in a way that makes an impact through it, suddenly you don't feel like you're marketing, but you're actually making a difference through your marketing. You're building up a community of people who are, they're all out for that thing that you are. And you're creating relationships through your content. I just went through that very fast. I'm aware of that. And let's talk about the things that come up when it comes to attracting people, right? What comes up for a lot of people, and you may relate to this, you may have something of your own. I'm going to invite you, as the stuff comes up, maybe it's to take a little note on the side so that when we do the clearing, you can be really intentional about the clearing. Or just so you have it in the awareness. So it's some of the common things that come up is one, the fear of really getting out there. It's not being heard, comes up a lot. It's rejection, it's comparisitis from you're looking at other people.
And if you hear one that comes up for you and you want to share, feel free to drop it in the chat so then we can see what you're kind of going through. Yeah, so it's like some of them is like fear of rejection, fear of like being judged, like fear of like somebody ultimately like I think it comes down to a rejection. So what we want to do, if they find out who I really am, ooh, there we go, they'll hunt me down and kill me.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, not feeling that it's good enough to share. Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I know for me, I had a fear of like my words would stumble and I would sound like an idiot. Because sometimes I do the brain stuff, my frontal lobe, my words kind of get mixed if I am not in my flow.
Yep.
Image, judgment, not fitting. Yeah.
Not fitting in. Yeah, that's there's like a primal thing of like being feared of getting kicked out of the cave, right? When we were young, when in like history, when we were cave
Humanity was
people,
young.
humanity were young, we had this fear of like getting kicked out of the cave, right? So if somebody judged you and thought you were doing something wrong or something outside of what the norms of that community was,
It's the most annoying survival instinct. Agreed.
yeah, we would be ostracized and kicked out and casted out. So then now you're out on your own. So what we want to do is we want to start triggering some of, and you might already have some of those feelings, but we want to really ramp it up so we can clear it, right? So how we're going to do that is we're going to imagine who's here in the Tony Robbins group or the Thrive group or any of these groups with 500 or 800,000 people, or who's in a group with like a million, like, 500,000 people or 100,000 people or whatever amount of people. Like what I want you to imagine is being in one of these groups and you're allowed to go live and talk about how you would make a difference with the people in that group. And the admin is going to add everyone. So when you go live, they're going to comment on your video and they're going to add everyone, which tags every person in the group. Yeah, well, I want you to really step into the feeling. Yeah, we would, on the surface, we would love it. But what's the fear? What's the thing that, like you said, Luna, you said, I want you to really ramp up the feeling of, where did yours go? The survival instinct of, I didn't.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, right? All of these things pop in. Overwhelm, it's too much for me to cope with. Okay, there you go. Who am I to get in front of all that? All right, so
Losing the audience rather than getting engaged.
holy shit. Yeah.
All right, all of that.
All
So
of
we're
that.
gonna hold on to that. Now, the quantum rapid shift method is, this is how it works. So we shared about the eye movements, the nerve endings, how they connect to your brain and your memories. So we're gonna be using the left and right eye movements to stimulate both hemispheres of your brain to disconnect the emotions and the logic together. Right, so after that, what we're going to do is we all have meridians on, I don't know if they can use.
So if that doesn't scare you, I want you to think of what would scare you, right? What's the thing that you would be scared of? Like when you think of exposure, when you think of getting your messaging out into the world, what actually
What's the ceiling?
What's the ceiling?
Everyone has one.
Everyone has
It could be the big screen. It could be
TEDx stage.
TEDx stage.
Fear that you'll choke.
There you go. All
People closer to you. Yep. Okay. There we go.
All right. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to first do the eye movements. We're going to have our thumb and do some eye movements at your pace. This is all, I will say, at your pace. Some people need to go slow. Some people need to go fast. This is a unique experience for you. So you're going to go at your pace until you feel a release. From there, we have meridian points on the side of our wrists right here. So you're going to intuitively feel as you're in this emotion, you're going to just kind of be in this showing up, this attracting, this uncomfortableness until you feel that pulse. You're going to feel the pulse, and then you're going to put your hand on your third eye. And you're just going to release. We'll do some Ho'oponopono and some work and allow that shift again. We're then going to do some tapping and start rewiring this new way of being that you're creating for yourself.
That might be another thing, is like speaking on stage to tens of thousands of people, like walking out on stage and like of your ideal people with your family too. Your family's there, everybody's there. Like I want you to step into, the idea is to trigger whatever the limiting thing you said up there comes up. I want you to what's going to trigger it? Is it sending people messages on your Facebook? Is it
doing a live with no makeup?
Doing a live with no makeup? Is it doing a live, Jack said, like waiting tables naked? Is it maybe you just showing up naked on live? Who knows? I don't know. Don't do it. I don't recommend that. But
Actually, I
make-
have a friend that she does embodiment.
make it
and
lives?
She like, that's part of her life. That's what she does, is
It takes something.
comfortable in her skin.
Good for her.
Mhm.
All right, so we're going to clear this up. So I hate messaging people. All right, so there you go. So I want you to think of messaging every person on your Facebook and inviting them to get on a call with you, or go to your Facebook group, or DMing as a challenge. There you go. Whatever the thing is.
That's great. So.
Don't
DMing
wanna
with
be a
challenge-
bother.
You don't want to bother people. Oh, that's such a good one. Yep. So all of this, I want you to take,
And it might not be aligned to you, but I'd rather get all the shit out of the way to really see if it is aligned or not. Right? Like, we don't tell people to go DM people, but it's way worse than speaking. Yes, okay, well, there you go. So DMing everyone and just inviting them to something valuable that you're putting on.
speaking about that is good. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to go out there too much and like bother people or have them think, well, that's ultimately people pleasing.
Yeah,
just so good
inviting
to-
people to sales calls. Using social media in general to get the message out there. Have a think about word of mouth. Yeah, okay, well, there you go. Think of being on social media and really getting it out there.
Yep. All right, you ready to clear?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, so rate yourself first 1 to 5, where you are at in this uncomfort level. 5 being like, this is no big deal, bring it on. 1 being like, no, this is not work.
Don't have a pulse until I'm done.
That's okay. We're actually not finding our pulse. We're actually looking, just ask your body, when we do this, ask your body where, like, connect to where this is in my body.
If you're at a 1, there's no fear, there's no nothing. Find the scenario that's gonna.
No, is there 1? There is a fear.
A 1, there is a fear.
5
Okay.
is the great.
5 is good. If you're a 5, then you need to find what's gonna freak you out. What's stopping you? What's keeping you from getting your word out to the world? Your message out to the world. All right.
Okay, that's laughter. Just making
Okay,
sure.
good.
All right, we have to stop for a minute. Like, hold on. All right, what you're gonna do, thumb up. You're looking at your thumb straight ahead. At your pace, you're gonna start moving it from right to left. You don't have to move your head. You're only moving your eyes here. So you're into this uncomfort, this showing up, this insecurity, this being a bother, whatever that is for you. Again, some people can go very fast, some people can go very slow. You move to you until you feel, you're just gonna feel a sigh. Once you feel that sigh. All right, so you're gonna say something like release, 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 release. Release, 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 or if you like Ho'oponopono, you can clear like that. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Release, 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 release. Release, 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 release. And just allow it to sigh out through your body. So ultimately, we can't dig a hole without planting something new, right? Where we want, and now we need to put something in the place. So what is the positive? What's the empowering statement that you need to say? Like, if you. This is stepping into a new way of being, the possibility of not what you're gonna do, but who you be in the world, because who you be in the world is the results that you're gonna get. Not as long as it's necessary to start getting a little bit of a release going, Amy. So do it as long as is needed. As long as you like, if you need to go faster to get that yawn, but it's really getting, like, the yawn is the release or the sigh, even if it sometimes is bigger than others. Even there might be like some crinkles and you'll just feeling like tension just start pulling away in your head, right? If you can do that and then you go to the hand. I will say I go very slow. That's just me. So
So yeah, so now
You have that state, we're creating the statement, this new way of being.
what's the
and
new empowering statement that you are going to, your eyes are tearing. That's fun and good.
Good.
Yes, you might tear up. You're releasing shit that is not serving you. All in divine order.
Yes, all is in divine order.
So what is the empowering thing? So it's that maybe it's that the world needs your message, that they're waiting. There's
And
somebody
everything is-
sitting there waiting for you, right? They're waiting for you to message them right now and invite them to that thing. They're waiting for you to show up live. They're waiting for you. They need you. They are looking for your service, what you're offering.
Bev,
You
I
are,
want- I want you to just start tapping your chest. Sorry to interrupt you. But, and this is for everyone too. Now we're taking this statement and I want you to just say it out loud. What is this creation that you're creating? This is another meridian point in your body, so we're rewiring your nervous system. Everything is working out for me. I am powerful and the world needs my message.
Mhm.
It is in divine timing that I go out in the world. This is my purpose, is to share.
Keep doing it, Helena. Go back. You might need to do it again. And if you need to do so, if you need more, you can do circles. Circles are really powerful. If it's, and then go the reverse circles. We've also done, what is it? Figure eights.
The most important thing is that it's going from left to right.
Yeah.
I'm a powerful
what-
invitation to be seen. Oh, I love that. So what you're doing is when you're tapping on your chest and you're just declaring, I am a powerful invitation.
People need you. They're waiting for your message. They're waiting for what you do. They're sitting there waiting.
Yes.
All right, so now that we have,
No, I know, no worries. There's no right or wrong. It's all good.
and sometimes it takes something a little deeper, right? There's like working with
Yeah,
us.
let's keep moving and keep doing it. And then, we're gonna do this a few times through. We're gonna go through the whole model and talk about, because at every aspect, there's things that hold us back, right? So those are a few, I guess, for everyone else, how do you feel? I want to get like, where do you feel at a scale of 1 to 5? Where do you feel now? We actually go back to the chat and
Sure.
skip back. How was that for you?
Awesome.
Good. 5, yeah. 4, sweet. What I'll say is you guys do that 5, 3, awesome. I mean, three's-
Might do it a couple times.
I was gonna say, there's sometimes when you start doing this, then the next thing comes up like, oh, well, yeah, I have a fear of being seen, but really that's, this thing that happens here, right? And so then you can keep going. Sometimes there's layers that happen. I believe, well, I'm looking forward. I know we're meeting soon as well. 3 was a 1, awesome. 5, new level, always.
What about yawning over and over again? You have a lot of releases.
Oh, it's good. Allow the yawns. You are releasing that out of your body. Too much in my head. That's okay. That's awareness. We're gonna do this a few times. So, and we have a few other things.
I
we're
just
doing
want to
too.
acknowledge that this is probably going to go longer than an hour. So if you need to communicate.
Yeah.
It was going to be an hour, but
Holy crap.
I know. It's okay.
Well, maybe we'll skip through some of it.
The steady waterfall from my eyes.
Oh, good. Allow that to come out. It needed to come out. We're releasing some of this. Keep, if you're having this release, what we're doing here is we're releasing the energy from our heart center. A lot of times this stuff can get stuck in our bodies and we just need to release this.
Crown is tingling.
Good. I'm also just feeling this too. Just start squeeze. Like if you guys are there's a lot of emotional releases here, and I'm feeling some of you guys. So if you're still in that emotion, I want you to just start squeezing your shoulders. It's like you're giving yourself a hug right now. And just really give that love to yourself. You are supported. And as you squeeze through your arms, just holding yourself, squeezing your joints, you are safe to show up.
It's more of a sense on the wrist
It's safe. for
and
you to
then
be
on
powerful.
your third eye.
I'm just gonna take your hands to, just hold your hands. You are safe to be supported. And you are safe to be successful and show up.
Maybe you might want to go through again.
Yeah, if that's coming, Amy, why don't you go through? Yeah.
All right, so everybody good? Just want to make sure if you want to like private realization that I am enough. That's awesome.
It's powerful.
Yes.
Good. Allow, like, everything is amazing. So things come up and this next level comes up, it's okay to do it again, and then it's okay to do it again, and it's okay to do it again. You're releasing stuff out. Think of like years of being
It's an onion, right?
It
We're
really
just
is.
peeling the onion.
Yep. All right, do you want to go to the annulment, or do you want to go to just do that one?
Well, we want to really, because it's installing, right? So what we want to do is we're going to do, let's clear this real quick. So we're going to, and I forget it's like a, all right. So first there's like the limiting thing, the block, right? Then we're going to replace the block. And I forget if this is like the right less than, greater than
Think
situation.
of the alligator. The alligator is
It's-
greater than.
There we go.
It's gonna eat the thing that's. better.
Okay, anyway, so we're going from block to powerful statement. We're creating the powerful statement, which has everybody created their statement around this? Drop your statement in the chat. Then we need to create the strategy / tactics, right? So we're getting rid of the block, we're creating the powerful statement that creates this whole possibility of what you're here for, what we're doing. Then we need to install the systems, we need to install the strategy, we need to get the whole thing to work, because it's like growing a business is like, who's been through a mindset program or it was like all about mindset and being and all that, but your business didn't grow. Like you didn't have any breakthroughs in like getting more clients, you didn't have any more of anything going on. So if you still have the blocks and you have the strategy and tactics, then it's still not going to work. So who's been on the other side of things that have gone through a marketing program, but you still had all your blocks?
And then that didn't work.
And that didn't work. So we need to get rid of the blocks. We need to create the statement, and then we need to put the systems and the strategies and all that in place. So we have different strategies around different areas of our program. One of the things that in this area, we have something called the Empowered Client Attraction Pathway. What the Empowered Client Attraction Pathway does is it helps you attract cold people that have no clue who you are, helps you nurture them and actually turn them into a relationship where they are seeing you as somebody that is a expert, and they're seeing you as somebody that is could help them with their process, and then getting them to raise their hand and say, hey, I'm interested in what you're doing. I'm just reading some of the messages. So
Lots of great statements in here.
it's awesome to have, so we need to clear the box, which we started doing that. So this is just one layer. And as you notice, there's a lot of things that came up, and we can keep on working with on that. Plus, there's all kinds of energetical past life, generational curse craft that comes up that Holly does through the Akashic records. And then there's knowing your design and all that we do through human design and soul design and all that. Anyways, so what we're going to do is just give you an opportunity, if you need to go, to book a call, right? So if you want more support around clearing these blocks and more support about creating these statements to empower you and your business, and you want the strategies and tactics, we're going to have you so Eston just dropped a link for you to book a call with our clarity coach. Go ahead, click the link and open it up in a new tab, and you can book a call and we can jump on and chat. Or you'll jump on with Nicole. She'll see if it's a good fit, and if it's a good fit, then she'll schedule a call with me, and we'll go much, much deeper and exactly how we can support you. Cool. And then
All of the yawning and the crying is amazing. And I really acknowledge you for the work, because it's not easy sometimes. So I just want to encourage you if that's still, so I guess I don't want to take away your call.
No,
So if you're feeling it, you want to open up that tab, book a call with our team. That's incredible. If you have to go, I want to, again, acknowledge your time. And if you're like, man, we're just getting started, let's go, then let's go.
let's go. So boom. Aha, and we're back.
All right, so you can attract all the people. That's fantastic. However, we also get to enroll them, right? So enrollment is the next piece of this of the quantum impact model. Enrollment includes having an evergreen transformational experience for your clients. What this means is you're not just working per session or one-on-one. You're really taking all of your modalities, all of the things. No worries, Pam, we can send you out the replay as well. I'm glad that you got something from it. So it's being able to take all of your modalities and put them into a truly transformational experience for your clients. It's having what we call an empowered client pathway. The empowered client pathway is the pathway that gets you consistent clients. It's the structure. It leaves your prospects and your clients empowered. It also leaves you empowered, right? Because if there's any resistance to any of the process, it just doesn't work. And then also client success, making sure that your clients get what they came for, and they're having a transformational experience through the whole process. So with that, there's things that tend to come up during the whole enrollment and putting this together.
Helena, shoot me a DM wherever we connected, and if you connected with Holly on some, I guess shoot her a DM. All right, cool.
All right, awesome. All right, so things that really come up in the enrollment process: more imposter syndrome. Who am I to be a coach and do all of this stuff? Yeah, I have all the, actually what happens is you start getting even more modalities. Like, who am I? I need to go get more certified. I'm going to go get more modalities and get more certified.
Who has multiple certifications?
It is not that multiple certifications are a bad thing. It's really powerful, right? And seeing the behind of why we keep going and getting certifications instead of getting clients, it's just something to be aware of, right? So again, no make wrong, because we all got
Yeah.
like working on my master's and breath work as we speak.
I just want to say that that call is 15 minutes. So if you only see, there's 2 days available. It is only 15 minutes in the next 2 days. It's like there's gonna be like a chat, I don't know. You should have, not to shit on you, but 15 minutes over the next 2 days to really transform your life and really make a difference. It's worth it. Just find the 15 minutes. So,
And not this message
yeah,
for some
we'll
reason,
figure it
whatever
out, yeah.
reason. Okay. Other stuff that comes up, scarcity, rejection, more perfectionism, like I gotta get it all together, I gotta do it right, it's gotta be perfect, I gotta put this together, and then I gotta hash this out some more, and then put this together some more here, and then we're launching like into next January. It's okay. Making sure that it's done right, we gotta get it right, it's gotta be a certain way, if it's not right, then we can't do it, it's not gonna work right.
Who's a perfectionist here or needs things to be at a certain level of perfection before you can really get it out there?
Another thing that comes up in this arena is, charging and how you charge your stuff. This is a huge one. Being able to receive money, being able
Yeah.
to like, am I worth it to even accept that kind of money? All of those things come up. Who could afford this? Where do I even find those people? Then the whole money stories, and I know everyone has money stories. Everyone, I've never met a person, and I know lots of billionaires, actually, probably more than normal people, and they have money stories. So we all got money stories. Biggie, yep. Obsessive planner. I know nothing about that.
She's 27 planners.
Whatever. I have a planner for my content. I have a planner for, I have a planner for every area of my life. It works for me.
We have a 5-bedroom house to have an extra room for her, one of her planners.
Plan for her planners.
Yes.
Yeah, well, and here we are. So it's a good thing.
There you go.
Planning creates momentum. Thank you very much. Money stories. Don't want to make people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a fun one. So what I want you to do is I want you to tap into like these things that if you already got yours, if you have the scenario that like starts flaring up your stuff, but what I want you to think about is we help you, we support you in creating a transformational experience, right? This thing, it makes a deep impact with people. You can charge a ton of money for it. It can handle a bunch of clients. It is completely game changing for your people, but it's not done, right? Like none of the videos have been done. All we really have is like what the results you're going to help people get with it, and maybe a little bit of like the modules a little fleshed out, but some minor details, right? Now I want you to imagine just going out there and booking calls and getting people on a call, right? And because it could transform their life. This program, we know,
Even though it's not done yet.
it's not done yet, but it's going to transform their life, right? And what do you do for people? It's going to transform their life because we were able to package all your stuff, all those certifications, all those things, all into this badass program. But you're going to offer it to them. But not only are you going to offer it to them, you're going to offer it to them. What does everybody charge here?
Did you say 5 times more?
Yeah, so if you're charging by the hour, right? Like if you charge by an hour, I want you to take like times the hourly rate by like 12 or so, because that's like a 90-day program, right? Be like a 90-day program. And so you charge your hourly rate by 12. So I'm just curious where everybody's at. Like, so there we go. 6 months is your current rate. Okay, great. Tammy, I want you to try multiply that by 5. So we're going to create.
Tongue-tied and brain freeze.
So it's a group plus a course material. It's also going to have all the things that's necessary to transform these people's lives. And you're going to 5 times the price of what you're currently charging. And it's not done, right? It's still just kind of an outline and has some information. So I want you to step in. Good. That's the response I wanted. Good. $3,000. So Bruno, your program is now $15,000. Brian, 60,000. You realize I'm still yawning.
Take some water, drink some water. She has some
My
water.
rates is up there with your suggestion. Now, if I could only get in the front of people, human resources. Well, you want to multiply it by 5. So I don't have a set amount. You want to take whatever your current price is and multiply it by 5. Good. So Lorna, yours is now whatever that is. 3,600 times 5. I don't know what the math is. 18,000. Great. Oops, can't do math. 250K. All right, we keep on
Cool.
going up. I like.
Yep.
All right, so everybody, I want you to imagine you're communicating the price of the program to your client on the call. You're at 2,700, didn't realize that I'd have such a reaction to 5X again. Yeah, right? 6,000, great. 120,000, great.
Awesome.
Everybody got their price and they're stepping
I
in.
can feel confident that we have a lot of oh shits and
Mine
beyond here.
25,000, great job. 75,000, currently rate times 12, yes, because it's 12 weeks. 12 weeks plus whatever. Yeah, your current rate, hourly rate times 12 times 5.
And before we do this, I want you to rate yourself 1 to 5. 5, you're like, shoot, 20K for 3 months, let's go. 1 being, so 5 is amazing. 1 is you are incredibly uncomfortable right now. Crap, I got some work to do.
1, -1. Mark, so you're good with 5Xing your prices?
All right, let's go. He's been
5. Okay. Okay, just checking.
for the right client, 75K grant. Agreed, for sure.
I love it. Jenna, you feel confident on your 5X price? I haven't had a paying client since 2016. My 6-month program is 3,200. Okay, multiply 3,200 by 5, so 6,000 or so. Yes, 6,000, I believe. 39,000. Great.
All right, let's go. You ready?
Let's go. Let's clear this out, because this is the thing, because if you can get to the point of feeling comfortable at 5 extra price of something that's not even done yet, right? Remember, not done. It's just an outline, just a headline, just a result that you're going to help people get. And we're going to clear this out.
So, thumb up. Moving to the right, to the left at your
What's
pace.
this price? 30. Now.
That uncomfortableness of raising your prices, charging higher prices.
You guys better book a call before I feel comfortable in 5Xing the price.
Everyone have their own pace. Yeah. So do it at your own pace until you feel that first initial yawn. You don't have to go anywhere beyond that. And then you're holding your meridian point here to your third eye, which is also another energy center. Kind of like your biohacking.
Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Any uncomfortable, any worthiness.
Awesome, Amy.
I was like to finish it, just tapping my chest.
All right, so what's the positive thing? For the right client that loves you and that can make the impact's there, the transformation is there, the money is worth it, they'll find the money. They will invest in your program, they will figure it out.
And your program is worth the money. It has nothing to do with who you are because your value as a person is priceless. But your program is worth $5 for the transformation that they get. Good good distinction.
Yeah, your worth
program,
is not connected to your personal worth.
Your value of your program is not your personal worth.
You okay, Zoom user? Checking in. Not sure.
All right, just allow those yawns. And we're just imagine those breaths, we're just breathing out that resistance and those blocks out of your body, out of your nervous system.
I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Release, 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 release. All right.
Where you guys at? 1 to 5. You guys go back into that feeling. Let's do this.
I love
Yes. 4. Okay, cool. It ain't a 5. Sometimes we got to do this stuff a few times and really get some of them layers out.
Michael, you might want to do that again.
4, 4.
3. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Let's go. Let's grow. Let's go. Let's glow. I love it. I'm worth it.
Can't stop yawning. Can't stop, won't stop.
We're still a 4.
Gosh, it's so good to get these tears out.
Good.
Good. Well, that's actually one of my coaches at one point, he said that is called a non-confront. When you're afraid, your subconscious is fighting this, it will pull shit up. There'll be stuff that comes up that will want you to walk, like, to not stay here and do the exercises, right? Your stomach, like, you might need to poop, right? And if you leave now, we'll know that you gotta poop. So you can't leave, obviously.
You're totally cool.
I'm just
Do whatever you gotta do. I've not yawned this much in years. Awesome.
I feel like such resistance. Do it on the resistance.
So, yep. So if you feel the resistance, then that's all right. Anywhere that there's resistance, or I'm resisting the resistance, release or let that go.
Do the circles.
This is something that you could literally take and use all the time.
Holly and I did
I
this.
still do this.
So I didn't do the thumb, but what I would do, we were driving, right? This is probably maybe not then. Like, hopefully the highway patrol coming back from Michigan.
Don't suggest that we do this driving.
Don't recommend this. Don't recommend, but I was doing so because it doesn't have to be the smooth movement. You could look over here and then move your eye over here, and then over here, and then over here, and over here, and then over here. And it's the same thing or even a different release. And so does it work even better at 70 miles per hour? Probably, because there's so much shit going on. Don't recommend it.
Don't recommend it. Terry, what if you don't know there's a block? That's a great question. So the cool thing about this is you can anywhere, because your subconscious knows, your unconscious knows. So anywhere that there's a block that is keeping me from whatever it is that you're keeping me from, you're releasing the block and the resistance.
Even in the other way you could do it is like, do it on the resistance or the feeling around. So it's like, you know that there's a block because there's a sort of feeling there. Do it on the feeling, right? So that's thanks. Just keep on going through it. I play the alphabet game, constantly looking for the next letter.
Yeah. Yep.
So
that's the great thing about this too, is sometimes we don't know what, like, we don't know what we don't know. We know there's something. Yeah.
So
do you want to do this third one? Or?
Yeah, well, let's do we need to put in the thing in place, right?
I'm like, I always put it in place on the.
No, not the thing, not the positive. So everybody drop your positive thing that you're putting in place, the positive statement, like whatever you came up with on your positive statement, drop it. Now what we want to talk about is creating your evergreen transformational experience, but not just your evergreen transformational experience, but also the process of being able to interview people and being able to qualify people and then really just being able to not sell, because it's like so going back to this, let me reset. All right, so block. Now you have the thing. Powerful statement. Then you got the strategy or tactic that you need to put in place. All right, so this is strategy. All right, so we got the strategy or tactic that you need to put in place. So we're clearing the block. So back to this, like we said last time, right? If you clear the block, but you don't put a powerful statement in place, the blocks will just come back in place. The things will just start, like the dirt. If you dig a hole and you leave that hole there for a while, you come back 6 months later, that hole is gonna be filled. So we need to put the powerful statement in place. And that's awesome. But then if you clear the block and you don't have the strategy for what is an evergreen transformational experience, how do you interview people instead of selling them so you can feel good about your sales process? And being able to just being able to have people sell you on why they need to be in your program instead of you selling them.
I would even go to as well, strategy, the tactic, it's also the equivalent is like taking action. So when we take action in the world, right, we're not just like manifesting everything, that's great, but it's also actions create energy. So if we're creating new ways of being and then taking an action within that new way of being, then that's how it's sustainable.
Yes.
Or it sustains.
So let's talk real quick about the evergreen transformational experience.
You must word a letter in there, and that's okay.
It'll be totally okay. All right, what is an evergreen transformational experience? It's something that if your client wants to get started, okay, who has ever been in a program where you were ready to get started, you were all pumped up and you're like, all right, when do we get started? And they're like, oh, we launch in 2 months or a month and a half or a month. You couldn't get started and actually start working on the stuff. You're started now, but you got to wait a month because their container doesn't open for a month. Like, doesn't that suck? Right? Like, that sucks. Like, I'm excited now. So, and the other flip side of it is for you, who has done a container where you launch every 3 months, and then you push, and you're filling your container, and then you take a nap for like a month and a half. And while you hope that money like lasts you for that 3 months until your container is over.
Or you're trying to figure out what's going to be the next container.
What's the
while
next
you're trying
container?
to hold this container, thinking
Yeah.
about the next one.
Yeah, so evergreen is where it's at. It's being able to enroll people that they can come in at any time. You can start working with them now. If you want to join our program, we do have bonuses for fast action. And we are always upping our rates now, especially now that I cleared that thing. We could be 5Xing at any time. Obviously, I'm just sort of kidding. But it's like this. It's like there's incentives to get started. But if you get started, you can get started now, or you can get started in a month. It's going to be, and it's going to be as powerful. But there's obviously going to be benefits and prices go up and all that stuff. But you know what I mean. So it's like evergreen, you can come in all the time. You don't have to wait.
Anytime, all the time.
All the time.
And you can bring multiple people in.
Exactly. You can bring multiple people in and it's not stopping you. So the other thing is it can handle a bunch of clients. So who here does one-on-one coaching? I'm just curious what your limit is. How many could you handle? You know, if you had them come in, if I sent 20 one-on-one clients to you, how many could you handle? You know, could you handle 20? Or would you be in the corner in a ball, like crying? And which is like, geez, like I wanted the success, but holy shit, like I can't, you know, all the things, right?
How do you not cap yourself?
Yeah, so it's like creating the
Or not.
systems and processes and having things to support people that could make a difference with them in groups, with a program, all kinds of different ways where they don't necessarily need all the one-on-one time.
Yeah.
So so it's transformational and it's an experience, and this means that it delivers on your like what you're out for, right? It created their life completely transforms going through your program, right? In whatever area that you work on. And it also means that for the right person, that you can charge high rates. And now that we've cleared this block out, so we can go with that. Yeah, so there you go. So 3 clients and it zonks you out, right? So how can we set that up and structure it in a better way for you where you can handle more? So if you want to be able to not just create your evergreen transformational experience, but also have the support clearing any more of these blocks that are coming up, or there anything else that's in the way, go ahead and book the call. Like I said, it's only 15 minutes. And you're going to really discover kind of what's in the way of you'll be able to communicate more with our clarity coach on what comes up and really set some goals on where you want to go. And like I said, if it's a good fit, then we'll schedule a call. Nicole will schedule a call with me and we'll jump on and really go through a strategy of how we can really work through all of this with you and your business and what we could really create together. Cool. So click that link, pick a time that works, fill out the questions, and feel free to come back and let us know when you booked. So.
Yeah. All right, so we have more. If you guys are ready for more.
Who's ready for more?
Still good? All right, we got this last circle here. So the circle here is transformation, right? Your business is only going to grow as far as you do. Holy cow, I know, right? And this is the free stuff.
That's right.
So your business is only going to grow as far as you do. It's going to take something, right? So in this transformation piece, this is knowing what you need to be doing on a daily basis. Man, it can save you so much time and energy when you have your daily 1, 2, 3s. You know what you need to be working on. You know it's going to move the needle forward, and boom, you can just get it done. Be in performance. It's this area of blind spots and alignment, right? We're talking a lot about that today. We're clearing this. Brittany, no worries. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you so much. We'll have the replay as well too, if you want to listen, because the back, we have some cool things coming too. I appreciate you. So these blind spots, this alignment, this is removing the stuff that's out of the way. Like what we're doing here is like a tip of the iceberg, right? So we're removing some of this, we're removing the spots that hold us back, but it's also this alignment piece. I feel like there's so much in personal development and the self-help industry, so to speak, that can really make people feel like they're wrong, so they need to change. Like, I'm not doing it right, so I need to change this. Or there's something wrong because I'm not getting the results, so I have to change who I am, right? And I feel like that can even be more damaging. Like, we go on this quest to change ourselves because we weren't good enough or we were broken in the first place, which is an absolute lie, right? So when I say alignment, I actually mean coming back to who you are, right? Clearing the blind spots so that you can come back to yourself. We're all unique, we're all different. And when you can remove this stuff out of the way, come back to who you are as soul, and come and create from a space of your authenticity, that's when you have a life that works for you. Your people come, things just start, like, I'm not going to say like life is easy and magical and like fairy dust comes flying through the sky. Sometimes it feels that way. So I'm not going to lie. And there's times where like things get tough, right? I just had like a whole week and a half of intense freaking pain. And we can be in a place of like peace through the circumstances and hold our power through the circumstances when we're in alignment with who we are. Okay, so that is, I went on a tangent and lost my notes, but
Yeah.
it's ultimately, this stuff happens. We have blind spots in the first place is because of what society and the life that we've had, right? And I say that like not. So let me talk about like society puts on us like we need to be this way. We should be doing this. So you should be a good girl, be a good boy, go do this. You have to work hard for your money. We want to be proud of you. So make sure you go to college and, do this because this is what the family has always done. Or what are some other ones? You have to earn love and be respected.
Yeah, feel free to
That's
drop,
what I
like, let us know, like, what you've heard in your families and stuff like that. That these like societal norms.
I'll just kind of share just because I believe we are a collective and this is how we're healing as, I had a narcissistic mother, right? And parents that were not able to emotionally support me. And, I don't think anyone really had parents that were able to emotionally support them because they had no idea what the frick that even means. And their parents didn't know what that means. Like we are living in this world, this new world that is emerging. And as coaches, we're on the forefront of that. Society has put so much pressure and stress on us and has not valued our individuality and how we work and move throughout the world.
Girls are meant to be seen and not heard. Yeah, that one.
Be pretty, sit pretty and be quiet. Oh boy, do I know that one.
Yeah.
Or bad father, growing up with parent NPD. Oh, with NPD, yeah. Dad emotionally absent, mom master victim. Yep. You need to have a stable job.
Yeah, you need to have a stable job. Go to school. Like,
My mom told me to go on welfare. You better stop what you're doing and go be a waitress or go get on welfare or something. Do as I say, not as I do. Oh, yep. Who do you think you are?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What do you think you are, a king or something? King Chad. Yeah. So.
Yes, my king.
Clear that shit out.
And so what happens is we hear these things and they come piled up. Here we come into this like perfect form, this beautiful being. And then we have these stories and these lies that put on us and try to hold us down and keep us small. And this becomes a part of our operating system, right? And our operating system is created to keep us safe. So it's going to keep us small based on a lot of the limiting things that we were told. So have a way to be able to remove this stuff because coaches are the clearing for this new world that's coming, that is happening, right? I can't deny, every single person on here knows in the last 2 years, the world has shifted. And coaches are on the forefront of that. And we're creating new ways of being where parents are now able to be emotionally supportive for their children. But we got to clear this stuff out first, right? Coaches, as we're creating a life that other people may think that we're crazy and they don't understand. It's a new way of being for us. We got to remove this stuff of what society has put on us and come back to who we are at a soul level. So let's get to that.
All right. So let's clear some fucking generational curses and BS out of our. All right. Thumbs up.
Clearing up my own gaslight. That's powerful, Crystal. I just wanted to know it's powerful.
Let's go.
Oh.
Release, release, release. Release, 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 release. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Oh, so please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Thank you. Moto E6. Obviously a DJ or something.
Oh, and this new way of being. I'm a powerful sovereign being. Safe to show up authentically. Oh. Good work, guys. And I want to do a check-in. My knowledge and experience is valuable. Absolutely. Hmm. Be a few things that come up. You gotta go in for round two. It's all right. This is where the collective comes in. So Luna, or was it Luna? Lorna, thank you for sharing that. That just brought up something with me and my father. I'm gonna clear that. That's why I said round two. Yes, I am the Christ of resurrection.
Oh, yes, you are.
I am supported by the universe. Absolutely. Rachel, you're welcome. So, again, if you have water, please drink water.
I'll send you a travel link for Rachel, so she can book. She hasn't already.
Human being, not human doing. Absolutely. All right.
Anybody all tingly?
Okay.
Yes.
And, uh,
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Brian.
appreciate you, Brian.
Breathe, Jenna.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta breathe.
Things all over. Using this for myself and others.
All right. So we rank it? So let's forget if we did that.
I don't know if we did or not. We're just clearing stuff. I'm free to live my truth. This is so
So-
powerful. I will say, my face has been itching, like the little bit that's left has like been itching through this whole thing. It's been awesome.
All right. So. Just curious on, so if you had to gauge where the blocks and how this stuff was stopping you and limiting your power beforehand, one being you're completely stopped, taking no action and completely, you know, not in momentum, right? One's being completely stopped. Now, 5 being completely powerful, completely free to be fully self-expressed, being able to be really calm, So 4 3/4, 1 to 3, awesome. 3.5. I don't see, keep on seeing everybody's thing, so. All right, we're gonna clear this.
Connected and on my hands will be running all day. Awesome.
All right, so block. What's the powerful statement? What's your powerful statement?
For the few of them.
Love it.
I'm a human being, not a human doing. And the price I'm supported by the universe.
Awesome. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, so what's the,
I love.
I don't have a strategy here, it's more like alignment, right?
Really, all of the strategies come in from this place. When you're in alignment with yourself, you're able to create systems that work for who you are. So, you know, in the model, we have leverage, but leverage is really, you have to have the systems to be able to support you at a soul level. Like how Bill does something is different than how Jack does something, is different than how Tammy does something, is different than how Joyce does something, right? We're all completely unique and different. So when we come into an alignment, we're able to come back to who we are, and we can create the systems around who we are and what they're actually going to work for us and not try to fit into someone else's box.
Is this EDMR? This is not EDMR. This is something we call quantum rapid shifting. Soon to be trademarked.
Yeah.
Trademark R&D. So it is similar to EDMR in the sense with the rapid eye movements, right? And obviously you don't even need to do rapid eye movements. If
I
anybody,
actually go very slow. I
Holly
have a very
goes-
sensitive nervous system.
yeah, so it's and the difference, EDMR, you bring a trauma to the session and then you clear the emotional connection to that trauma, where this, we find a block or a limitation and we clear from the symptom down instead of from the trauma up.
Yeah.
And so then you don't need to relive the trauma. You don't need to, and I bet there's people on here that's cleared traumas today and you didn't even have to relive it. You cleared the result of a trauma, but you didn't have to even know what that trauma was, right?
EFT training. EFT is amazing, right? If you
And,
notice,
and
we
yeah,
use
we
the
use the
tapping
tapping.
on here, and a lot of this is I've just noticed that, you know, we hold so much in our chest, and even in our heart space of really being able to show up. So when we're tapping here, we're literally just clearing the energy within our bodies as well.
Yeah, so this is just kind of a tip of the iceberg of what we do in our program, Quantum Impact. So Holly does business energetics and makes sure that everything's aligned to you. So it's like the strategies and tactics, they need to be aligned to you on soul level. So who here has ever felt like you joined a program and you're being stuck in a box, right? They had this box of how it worked for them and worked for some of their clients, and it wasn't aligned to you, right?
And so if it didn't work for you, then you'd get well, I guess you must not want it enough, or there's something wrong with you,
Or you're not doing enough,
or you're not doing it. Yeah.
right? You're not doing it right. And so if you create your strategies and you create your programs from alignment, from soul alignment, and from human alignment, from your soul design and human design, then we can create things that are in flow and in momentum and not, like trying to force it, right?
And working with you to tap into your own inner authority and your own alignment. So you know, like, hey, this is aligned, or no, this isn't. Like, I understand who I am now, and I have the power to like create from that.
Yeah. Jenna, do you want to just share on how it is being supported in the community? If you want to unmute, since you were talking chat, you don't have to, and if you want to, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I've done 3 other programs that I tried and tried and tried. One just flat out said, "Nah, you're not doing it right," and the other one kept going, "Well, no, you're really close, but just do what I do. Go to my page and do it the way I do it." I'm like, I'm not you. And like that never sunk through. But here, we're all individual. You recognize that we're each have our own special qualities and gifts, and you nourish us so that we can bring that out and share it with the world. I just got all crying. Thanks.
It's been beautiful to see you go out there and really show up. I watch your stories. I see you. I love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Do we want to still do, like, this was so powerful.
I think we
I don't
just
want to
do,
overdo it. Maybe
yeah, I
just
think
do
we
a separate. So another tool that we use, and I was going to use it, but I'm looking at the time and I was like, oh my gosh. So we also use a process called Soma Breath. That Soma Breath is a mix of visualization and rewiring your nervous system using rhythmic breath patterns and intermittent hypoxic states to tap into who you really are. It can be very powerful in the rewiring process and the removal process, and a good practice for emotional regulation and staying powerful and clear and centered. We were going to do that today. I feel like we've done a lot, and I think that I may just do an extra like bonus exercise for everyone that is here, that has stayed through all of this. Then I think I'm going to make a meditation for you guys, or make a journey for you guys, and send it on with a replay. Would that be?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think that's cool. So you can take that and use this. I love the bonus. Okay, awesome. That's what we'll do. That's the plan. Perfect.
Awesome. So if you want to create your empowered client attraction pathway where you're able to consistently attract soul clients and then be able to enroll them into a transformational experience where the sales process feels great, where they're selling you and you're interviewing instead of selling, and it's not pushy, it just feels good. And you're able to create this transformational experience where it's making this difference. You're able to charge whatever you want for it. It can enroll people whenever you want, and it can handle a bunch of clients. So you can make that impact that you're here for, and you want to be able to align it at soul level to you and at human design level to you, and clear out any more blocks that come up, and really having that support and guidance through that whole process. Go ahead and book a call now. Like I said, there's no sales on the first call at all. Really, actually don't even sell on the second call. If you don't want to be there, I don't want you to be there. And it's really more about you telling me what you're out to create, and us figuring out what's in the way and really creating the strategy for that. So go ahead, book that call now. And I'm just super excited. And if there's resistance, if you're like, I know that this is going to make a difference. I know that this is going to, like, this could transform my life. This could transform my business. It could transform all the things. And there's some sort of resistance keeping you from clicking that link in the chat, then do this on the resistance. Before I 5x the price, because now I feel I can. So.
All
Awesome.
this depends on having the avatar method of connecting with them digitally.
But
which
that's
is
part of
another-
it. Part of the thing that
exactly.
we do is
Yeah.
help you get clear on who that avatar is, who the niche is, getting clear on your messaging, getting the whole thing with it, creating
Creating the attraction process of your messaging, creating the community, being able to create the content that builds relationships, everything that that entails. And then the enrollment process of creating your program, creating this empowered client attraction pathway, making sure that your clients really have a good experience. And then within yourself is as you create this stuff happens. You want to be in momentum within your business. So know exactly what you need to be doing in a way that's going to work for you. Be able to remove these blind spots, come back to who you are at soul level and create the systems in your life so that this works and it's then able to scale.
Mhm.
Yes.
So if you're an impact driven coach and you're out to make a bigger impact and make more money and have more freedom doing it, then let's go.
Let's go. Let's book a call. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for staying even longer. You're amazing. Today was so powerful. So powerful. So thank you. Just thank you. Look forward to talking to you guys and hearing what you're up to.
Appreciate you.
Talk to you soon. Bye for now.